It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to head out and meet up with Russ, and we're going on a day trip up to the area around Reveille, Nevada. Now, Reveille's best known for its proximity to Area 51. Now, we're not looking for aliens or UFOs today, but we're looking for some ghost towns. You know, I'm going to be a little chilly out there today, but we're going to look forward to a great day at traveling the back roads of Nevada. Our first stop was the Andies Mine, which is a mercury mine located in Lincoln County, Nevada, at an elevation of 6,240 feet. It produced primarily mercury between 1955 and 1957. There's not much there but a water tank up in the hill and an abandoned excavating shovel. You know, growing up, we always called these steam shovels, but this one's powered by a 6-cylinder diesel engine. It looks like the trees kind of grew up around it, or it was just one great parking job. You know, the view from here was really outrageous. We usually like to leave before sunrise to get to our first destination in the early morning. This is the best light for photography. We did encounter some amazing views along through the mountains, but unfortunately, I lost the micro SD card from my dash cam. I was getting it out of my camera, and the card is spring-loaded, and it shot out, and I'm afraid that my dog ate it. My wife and I looked forever and could not find it. You know, Maggie was right there when it shot out, but I did not want to investigate her feces to try and find it. Mining began here in 1955, but the ore was of low grade, and they decided in 1957 that it wasn't worth continuing the operation. You know, when you're in this area, you have to be very careful where you drive, as it's very close to the restricted areas surrounding the Nevada Test and Training Range and Area 51. Heading down out of the mountains, it was really beautiful. We finally got to the spot where you could see forever this huge valley that leads to the town of Reveille. Our next stop was the ghost town of Reveille, where silver ore was discovered in 1866. And by the mid-1867, there were some 40 mines shipping 200 tons of ore per day to mills over at Austin. By 1870, the population was about 100 people. A 5-stamp mill was built about 12 miles south of town. It's called the Reveille Mill, but it was not very efficient and closed in 1869. A 10-stamp mill called the Reveille Mill replaced it in 1871, and Reveille did well for another 15 years or so. By the turn of the century, Reveille was just about dead. Really not much here but this old schoolhouse. It's on its last legs, it's leaning over quite a bit. There are some stone ruins around too.
The light is fading fast. From this old town we gotta go. Our bags are packed, so what we waiting for? There's no point in delaying what we both already know. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. We could rent a room and watch the stars dance round the moon. Fall asleep to the sounds of the sea. With you right by my side, it's such a sweet life. Escape this time with me. Escape this time with me. Nowhere else to be. Escape this time with me.
I had routed a route over the mountain to check out the Reveille Mill, but my younger friends convinced me that the road would end soon and we best go around the mountain. We have learned in our golden years not to take too many chances. So I acquiesced to my wise friend and headed down the road. We came across what we think was New Reveille. There were some remains of a stone cabin there. We arrived at Reveille Mill that is seriously in the middle of nowhere, standing out in this vast valley. We were welcomed by a herd of cattle enjoying a nearby spring. There wasn't much left of the mill, but the interesting thing to me was the arrangement of a rock wall nearby. It's kind of circular in nature, but on one end was a rectangular area. Not sure what it was. Possibly a cattle corral.
I love it when we hide in the pale blue sky, floating on cloud nine. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. But I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. Come back down to earth, it's just as good as up there. I'm gonna keep you near, 'cause you're all I need, my dear. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. But I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
It was only about noon and we'd finished visiting the sites we'd routed. And we noticed on our maps that we were not too far from Highway 6 and we could go back through Tonopah. Looking at my Gaia GPS, I noticed a ghost town that I had routed some time ago named Silverbow. We never went there because it was about 30 miles down to it and very close to the Tonopah Test Range, which is a highly classified, restricted military installation. And there's only one way out, and that's to turn around and come back. Heading down a very dusty road, we came across a group of beautiful wild horses. They were very carefully watching us. And we stopped a ways back from them and took some photos with long lenses. We tried to slowly advance, but they took off. Later, we came across another herd, but they did not want to pose for us. Most of the horse photos were taken by Russ. He is much better than me with a long lens. He is definitely steady Eddie. We never got closer than a quarter mile from these guys, but with a 600mm lens, Russ was able to really get some nice photos. When we finally got to Silverbow, some 3 hours after we left Reveille Mill, there was only this one metal cabin standing. To most, it probably would not be worth the long trip, but for these two old guys, any time spent exploring the Nevada backroads is well worth it. Silver was discovered in 1904, and it quickly became a boom town because of its access to water and timber. By late 1905, the town excluded stores, saloons, a post office, and even a newspaper. But like many boom towns, the end came quickly in late 1906. There was small activity in 1913 and 1920, but it did not last long, and the camp was actually abandoned.
I'll be fine.
Up on the hill, you can see the ruins of the old mill. We headed back out the way we came and watched the sunset on a really fun day exploring the back roads and ghost towns of Nevada. What could have been a short day turned into a 15-hour day and traveling over 500 miles. Thanks for watching the adventures of two guys in the middle of nowhere.